Hi, 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 hi. Today's video is about Elliot. Specifically, we're doing the same thing as last time. We're doing an evolution of Elliot video, dude. Anyway, before I actually begin recording, I do have to apologize in advance because my cats are play fighting in the background. Okay, I'm structuring this video differently. Chop chop. We're gonna start with like how Elliot is now. We all know Elliot. Elliot is like Ash's twin brother. He's a little guy. He's a little fella. He likes to draw. He cries a lot and he collects stuffed animals. We know that guy. So like Elliot in his current state is pretty much a relatable character. He has a personality, he has some lore, of course the same as Ash, like parents are gone now. He lives with Ash. The two siblings just live together and they support themselves. Elliot is a freelance artist. Ash does their own thing. But this video is about Elliot. So we're talking about Elliot. This is Elliot video. So let's start. Let's start with the original rendition of Elliot Kinoshita, who was originally a Neopet. We are talking 2010, baby. Elliot was a cougar. Elliot was a blue, maybe he was a green cougar, actually. I don't know. He was something. I know right now he is glowing green, and he is on my ex-friend's account. So, like, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. But I guess, to get into the whole Neopets thing, I have to get into my own history with Neopets, which was, I was a screeny artist, which means I took screenshots, aka screenies, and I drew over them. I drew over them to make them silly and goofy and funny, and I was 12 years old. And Elliot just so happened to be one of my featured Neopets in said screenies. So essentially, my character at the time, who was my main one, who was a Neopet, she was my other cougar. Her name was just Neko. Don't worry about it. She was a cat named Cat. So Elliot was her like Neopet brother. And then like the year after or so, 2010 is when he was actually in my screenies and stuff. Maybe 2009. 2010 or 2011 is when he developed more into an actual furry design. He was more emo. He was edgy. He had red and black in his design. It went hard. It was pretty cool. My cat just had to make a background noise for me. This was a banger, like, recording, and then he did that. Okay, so in, like, the current rendition of Elliot, we're going back again. We're bringing the new Elliot back. He has a fursona, and that fursona happens to be this early rendition of him that was a furry character. Red and black, emo, cool, awesome. And now, in the current lore, that happened to be his fursona when he was a budding teenager, and he just happened to keep the design. So, like, my design is his design, mi casa es tu casa. Okay, so this is like 2010, 2011, he's a furry. He's just like a wolf dog, black, red, some magic elements and stuff. What are we doing here? Let's skip ahead into 2013 into when I made him a humanoid. Okay, so to be honest, Elliot was never a human. He was humanoid in 2013 and like going on forward, but he was never human. Back in 2013, him and Ash were supposed to be demons with the bodies of like normal humans, and I had that concept of them just changing with their mind very early on, just changing whenever they're like unstable or something, and they decide to whip out the monster claws or something. They just get sick in the head, you know? So now Elliot is some like humanoid looking demon, and this is 2013. He's a moody little guy. He's about 5'7". He looks exactly like Ash. It sounds like I'm describing my son so he can look for a date, and my cat just ran by. But, like, his personality was certainly much less, positive. He didn't even have that type of coping mechanism yet. He was just constantly negative, sad. He was so sad. And he was a little angry, too. He was just, like, a little angsty little guy, just like Ash was, but Ash had a little more personality to them. But Elliot did, like, develop his own thing later on, and maybe... Oh my gosh, it must have been 2014. He developed his own personality. He was just a little soft guy. And not in that manipulative, weird way. No, he was soft. He has soft fabrics in his clothes, and therefore he was a little soft guy. Now, he still retains his angst and stuff, but it's hidden behind his sweet little face, his smile, his little Hello Kitty Sanrio hair clips and stuff. He's just being a sweet little guy, but behind his little face, he's just like, aha, I feel so bad about myself. And that's essentially Elliot's struggle. But he is the creative one of the twins, at least more so, because Ash is just a hobbyist writer. Ash is just a writer to troll people too. Ash just likes to troll Elliot in particular with their writing, by the way. So when I say Ash is not the creative twin, I mean it. Ash does not have the passion. Pun intended. Pun intended. But yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a shorter video, so sorry about that, because Elliot doesn't have as much of an extended lore as Ash. As my creature that I say with disdain. Elliot has a shorter history, but his history is more cohesive, it's more stable, and it's kind of more funny too, because instead of a Naruto fan character, he was a Neopet. He was a Neopet. He was a Kugra. Well, that's Elliot. That was Elliot. Have fun. Thanks. Yeehaw.